I didn't see London B's restart, but it looks like Kaku is definitely on the Famicom version. I would suspect they're both on it.
I would say most likely. And looks like we're off. We'll probably have them pretty synced up here shortly. So both players should be going for regular fire strats. I'm pretty sure. Like I don't really see them mess around with the small fire.
Yep, and they're both going for the 1/1 mushroom. I definitely agree with those decisions. And both with 365 on the clock. All right.
So they should be pretty well synced up now at the end of the first level. Both players improved their PBs like just a few days prior. Like Kaku has a 1926 now, I believe, and London has something in the teens.
Nice.
And this could very well be, because of the consistency of both players, this very well could be a race of where just one or two minor mistakes could really make the difference between who wins and who loses.
Yep. Wow. A very optimal 347 for London on 1-2. That's excellent.
That's not easy to get. That's pretty tough, actually. Not really a lot to say about 1-3, especially when you're not having to stop and pick up power ups.
Yeah, later in the level when there's bullet bills introduced and a platform that can despawn, there's a little bit more to say.
Yeah, 1-3 is pretty easy. 5-3 can sometimes be a complete nightmare. So it's just funny how few things you can add to the mix, and it makes it from easy to a nightmare. So. So we'll see how both players deal with Bowser here. London gets about. They both get. Okay, so Kaku got through a little quicker.
Yeah.
Not by much, but just a little quicker, as he got a 261. And so so it looks like Kaku's about 1 frame roll behind, I believe. Which is pretty much nothing.
Yeah, he was just slightly more behind going into that castle, but that Bowser kill caught him right back up.
$345 for both players.
I'm wondering how long they're going to be so perfectly synced. And, you know, it's probably going to be a long time.
It very well could be. Like I said, they like to focus on consistency. So,
yep.
Of course, also the thing with the consistency is they also both have really good times as well. And...
Ooh, Kaku got caught up just a little bit more on that... Yeah. On that little choke point that's in the level.
And, ooh, another bad pattern for Kaku. So he's playing it safe and kind of waiting it out a little bit instead of challenging. Well, a couple of those have been pretty tough to challenge. So, but overall, it's probably better that he waits for them to be able to go past them and actually have to risk losing the power up.
Yeah, losing fire would be a lot more catastrophic than having to wait for a few seconds. Alright, so Kaku is shooting out some fireballs just in case any of them destroy any cheeps that are coming up.
You know, I actually do this sometimes, and it seems like when I just space them out like that, it hardly ever hits any of them, but I still do it anyway.
I only just started doing it because, yeah, I think I saw Supersonic doing it, and I was like, wait a minute, it's kind of obvious to do that. But yeah, it doesn't actually really seem to do anything. Ooh, London B kind of bumped backwards on the block there at the beginning, so now his Mario is
Oh, London went up. London went up top there at the elevator section.
You know, I wonder if that's because the backwards bump put his Mario further right, and that might have screwed up the elevator jump.
But I think as early as he did it, it shouldn't have mattered. Because I think the elevator should have still been in the same pattern. Let's see how aggressive they go at the end of 3-1 here. London, he gets it. Very nice.
Yeah.
And so did Kaku.
We always talk about how World 5 is where the difficulty really cranks up, but in World 3, I feel like is where you also start to see a divergence of strategies in certain levels. That's really interesting. Like, they both tackled 3-1 very differently there.
Three two is usually not that big of a deal. 3. So it looks like Kaku's about 3 seconds behind right now.
Both players finished that level perfectly, though.
It may not actually. It may be a little less than 3 seconds, actually. Nice 3-3 for both players.
Alright, Castle 3, let's see how they tackle these Potaboos. Ooh, London got kind of a bad one.
Down. Kaku didn't have to slow down as much because he got a better Potaboo. I don't know if it'll make much of a difference in the end, but possibly. Kaku slowed down a little more for the last section of Potaboo, so... But Kaku did finish about a second faster, I would say. Yep, he finished about a second faster, so Kaku picked up saved a little bit of time over London in that situation. Both players are on console.
Alright, 4-1's perfect. Now, as I was talking with divergence of strategies, 4-2 is always an exciting level. I have a feeling they'll both go top route, though, since, as you've been saying, consistency is kind of the name of the game here.
It's always the question of whether the players go top route or bottom route. Bottom route's more fun to see, honestly, but London's going bottom route. Kaku went top route, so there's the difference. So if you do it either route perfectly, you're not really gonna lose any time either way. Because both players get 350 into the pipe, so that's honestly pretty much just a personal preference on which route you want to take. I like going the top route.
Yeah, I like going the bottom route.
But bottom route's a lot more fun to watch. I will admit that. I mean, I can do. I mean, for me myself, I can do bottom route, but I'm a top route person.
If I was small, I think I would take top route.
$261 for both. So 4-4's got one of the most difficult Bowsers to have to deal with when you're doing it with fire. And so you have the fire bar and the Potaboo and Bowser jumping back and forth, and that can be pretty troublesome at times to try to get in there and kill him with fire. And looks like London got him no problem. Kaku has to slide under Bowser, but he gets it.
Nice, yeah, they both nailed it.
Nice move by Kaku.
That difference in what happened there is that's exactly what makes that Bowser so tricky. Is you have to immediately recognize what the Bowser's doing and react accordingly. And London B got a backwards Bowser, was able to stand back and shoot it. Kaku had to slide under it and shoot it from behind.
That is always scary when you have to do that slide trick on 4-4 Bowser to get under him.
Yeah, when this tournament started, if you had asked me what the hardest Bowser was, I wouldn't have been able to tell you. I would have said, I don't know, 8. But I can say for sure it's 4-4 Bowser.
So both players waiting on the bill. Which, I mean, London didn't get the bill, but he waited anyway. Yeah, this is still a really close race between both players.
Yeah, the beginning of 5-2 is notorious for the RNG of that bullet bill launcher. And it, oh, both players got a 345. Okay. For some reason, I thought something else. It looked like London B slowed down a little bit more, but I guess he did not. All right, so as I was saying before, with 1-3. Oh! Whoa!
You can do that. You can do that.
Yeah, neither player hit the Goomba in order to... So there's a platform in that level that despawns if you play kind of normally and just run past everything. Usually the strategy is...
Oh, and London doesn't make the jump. Or he short jumps it. Kaku makes it through the bar pattern. He's going to wait on the elevator. And London having to wait some more on the bars because he got a sort of a bad bar pattern. It looks like he's made it through that. And
yeah, that was a very unexpected death from London, but man, that kind of thing can happen out of nowhere. You just mispress your A button and you jump short.
So that's unfortunate for London. So obviously Kaku is taking the lead, and he's got about half of a level lead on him right now. Well, maybe about 3/4 of a level actually.
On the bright side, at least London did die pretty early on in the level, like basically as early as you can, which does minimize the amount of time that he lost. And he does a great job picking up that firepower there and then not immediately getting hit by those spinies, which can be a problem in 6-1.
Kaku cruising through 6-2 here with fire. Fire does make 6-2 considerably easier. Still wouldn't consider it easy, but it's a lot less scary than trying to do it with small strats.
Yeah. All right, and yeah, London got fired back up before 6-2, so he's able to cruise through it that way as well. 342 is optimal for that level, since 343 is as fast as you can finish, but of course that gets you fireworks.
I don't think we've seen fireworks out of either player at this point, except for maybe like a 1, which doesn't matter. But I don't think we've seen a 3 or a 6 from either player.
Right. Yep, I know we've seen a 1. Ooh, that was a really nice bill dodge from London B there.
And he still gets a 255, which is nice because like since he had to slow down a little bit there, I didn't know if he'd get the 54 or 55. So nice kill for Kaku. Not a ton of lag.
Ooh, and yep, London gets he sets up for good bars from 6-4, so he'll be able to cruise through these bars here. Yeah, the format is that it's 1 race, but it is a double elimination tournament. So this is the last race of two contestants who have not lost a race yet.
A nice level for Kaku. Had to slow down at the end to avoid the fireworks, but otherwise a good level. London's making his way through the latter part of 7-1.
Yep. Oh, beautiful.
Nice level for him too. So, and yes, this is just 1 race. The format's a little bit different for the grand finals. in the grand finals, the person who came out of the losers bracket would have to win twice to win the grand finals. So they would likely do those races back to back. Yeah, this is the winner's final. This is not the grand final. And Kaku gets a little hung up a little bit on the reef for grief and got a bad blooper there at the end. So did Kaku get hung up somewhere else too? Because I guess I was. Well, let's say I guess it was that blooper. I suppose London decides not to challenge that blooper either.
Ooh, that was really interesting too. It looked like he was doing backwards swimming to try to manipulate the blooper's AI in case it was a certain kind of blooper, but it kept going right anyway. So he kind of knew that it was safe to go down there because it was just going to keep going right.
Yeah. So since the as far as the grand finals, so since the losers bracket always has a tendency to fall behind, we're still working on catching that up. But we're going to try to get some of this caught up this weekend and so forth. So the winner of this match will probably be waiting for a bit before they know who their opponent is for the grand finals. And Kaku making his way through 7-4. Looks like it got through pretty clean. And nice kill for Kaku.
All right, well navigated by London as well. Let's see his Bowser.
Oh,
wow.
Oh.
That was nice. All right, Kaku heading into World 8. Oh my gosh, we're already in World 8.
Yeah. These things go by quickly. And like I said, both of these players have posted new PB times just very recently. Like, I think Kaku got a 1926 just the other day. And London's got somewhere in the teens, I'm pretty sure. I'd have to go back and look at it. But, 200 for Kaku. Yep. I would assume London, unless he got hung up somewhere, he will probably be on that pace as well.
Yeah, he hasn't slowed down yet. And he's past the hard part. The hard part as far as not slowing down, that is. Yep, 200 for London as well. Alright, now 8-2. I always say this is the hardest level. Alright, ooh, Kaku just nails it. London B so far so good.
Nice movement, and oh, and he challenges the he challenged the Koopa. So, I guess he didn't get. I didn't completely see what happened there. I mean, I saw him get hit, but
yeah, it looks like his Mario.
He may have
not have been moving down yet.
Yeah, he may have misinterpreted the pattern actually. So something interesting I see some of the Japanese players do is to delay the timer on 8-3. They bonk against that coin block that's where the castle background is, instead of doing the brushing up against the blocks on the stairs. And London remembers to slow down at the last moment, so he doesn't get a 3.
All right, Kaku went for the 2-frame setup.
Oh,
gets the wall jump.
So this is Kaku's race to win pretty much at this point. All he's got to do is just make it through the end. And London gets the wall jump too. Very nice.
Oh, London got kind of a nasty cheap there.
And nice. Kaku is done.
Alright, he's got a race time of 1933 in race spot. Absolutely beautiful. London B also coming through the water section himself here.
And London gets hit by the hammers, and he is done as well with a race spot time of 1954.
Yeah, excellent.
So congratulations to Kaku on winning the winners bracket. He will move on to our grand finals, which the opponent is obviously to be determined. But Kaku's had a pretty crazy run through this tournament. After he barely won against I think it's against Goofy, and he won by less than a second. I had to retime the race. And pretty much he won over Kaku over over Goofy, and pretty much getting hit by Bowser's hammers made the difference in the winner and loser of that race.
Mm-hmm.
So from that, but he's really poured it on since then. Like I lost to him in my last tournament match and so forth, and he played super consistent. Like I made one big mistake, he didn't really make hardly any mistakes. So he's really came out and established himself as a really consistent player to have to race against.
Yeah, and and London has been just absolutely killing it as well. As Cosmic just pointed out in chat, this may be London's slowest race yet, which at a 1950 is just insanely consistent. Sub 20 times are really, really great in races, and so to have 10 seconds into that be the slowest yet just shows how well he's been doing. So he goes to the bonus bracket, but will be a force to be reckoned with down there. And I wouldn't be surprised to just see this matchup again in the grand finals. But we've still got some very, very good people in the bonus bracket to get through first.
One thing I will say really quickly, since there is a Japanese restream, it looks like they're doing the post-race interviews on the Japanese restream. So I don't think we'll have them in here for that. Well, we didn't really arrange that, but since they're doing all Japanese commentary and stuff on that channel, that looks like that's where they're doing, because it looks like they're in the both of the players are in the restream channel. So so if you want to listen to the interview, hop over to the other one. But we'll wrap some things up here for a few minutes. So as I said, Kaku is going to move on to the winner, or the grand finals, and London will go into the losers bracket, where he will have the opportunity to get back into the grand finals. But looking at the losers bracket, we still have a lot of really good players that are still down there. And I think I was asked the other day of who I think is going to come out of that, and the answer is I have no clue. I have no clue who's going to come out of the losers bracket.
Right, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it was anybody.
Because let's see. Because in the losers bracket, we still have Black, we still have Goofy, we have PMniac, Horsedad, LK, AD2, ZZZ, Cosmic, Barnow, myself. We still have all those sitting around in the losers bracket. So who makes it through? I really don't know. And a lot of them are going to be pretty tough matchups too. So. Which I went over previously, but I will also go over it again since we're at the end of the race here. As far as other matches we have today, at 6 p.m. we have Cosmic versus ZZZ. That'll be a big matchup. Actually, well, shoot, at this point, all the matchups are big matchups.
Yeah.
But so we have 6 p.m. Cosmic versus ZZZ. Let me see if there's a restream for that. Quick. If there's not, then I may try to restream it on my SMB1 community channel. 6 p.m. I currently don't see it on there, but there is a possibility it could be on there if they pick it up later, so I don't know yet. And then at 7 p.m., we have 82 versus LK431. That's another big matchup. And tomorrow we have at 3 p.m. we have Like Attack versus Cole, and right after that, Horstad is going to play at 3:30. Right after that, Horstad is going to play the winner of that match. So we'll get two matches knocked out there in the bracket. But that looks like that's all I have on the slate for this weekend. Since we're pretty deep into the tournament, there's not a lot of matches left to go. So it's not exactly how it was just a couple of weeks ago where we had like a ton of races each week. It's kind of
there was like 2 or 3 races a day.
Yeah. So we're just trying to speed up the last few rounds here since there's not a lot of matches and so forth, and try to get the grand finals going here. Hopefully, I would say hopefully within a couple of weeks, but guess we'll see, and it'll be it should be a fun grand finals to watch.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to every one of these races. The secondary bracket, as we've been saying, has a little bit of catch up now, but every single one of those races is going to be fantastic. Yeah, so for now, I think we say thanks for watching. Make sure to follow the runners on Twitch. And we will see you guys next time.
Yep. Thanks for watching, and it looks like they may still be going on the trying to see if they're still. So it looks like they're still maybe doing some interviews and stuff on Speed Gaming 2 for the Japanese commentary. So feel free to head over there. But as far as us on the English restream here, I think that's it. So thanks for watching, and hopefully we see you guys around for the next race at 3 p.m. this afternoon. So take care.